We've got so the Serie V Figurado, that big Solomon guy, um, beautifully put together. We have one one woman that rolls that cigar.
We're with Dwayne, the local rep for Oliva. We're at our favorite place, Godfather Cigar Bar. Dwayne, appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We got some questions for you. Mostly about Oliva.
I mean, I have some answers, but some of them are felonies. It's fine.
We're all in for felonies. You're in the right place, man. So how did you start being a rep for Oliva?
Well, the joke I always told somebody was when it came to how I got into cigars as a whole, it was this or move to hard drugs. And
I can relate to that.
It's a bad joke. I mean, at the time, I was a roadie. I was touring around, and they all have their own little cliques and stuff, and the group that I latched onto was this group of guys that would send the runners out. They go get a case of beer, like a couple 6-packs of beer from like whatever local brewery was there, grab a couple cigars, and they just sit around and have a cigar and a couple beers at the end of the night. And I was like, that seems like the most relaxing thing that anybody's doing. I'm in.
Yeah.
And came back, started working at a local shop. From there, got poached to go run a bar for Rocky Patel. And
Okay.
the Burn in Indy.
Oh,
And
love
then-
that place. That's fantastic. That's if you've ever been, that's a fantastic cigar bar.
And dude, it's stunning property.
Yeah.
Stunning property. And then
They bands
oh yeah,
in a cigar bar.
bands, DJs, all kinds of stuff. Like it turns into a nightclub some nights. Um,
Nice.
But then I was out to dinner with the wife one day and got a phone call from a rep from another company, and he just screams over the phone, "Who's your boy?" But the problem was we were in a nice restaurant, and I had accidentally answered on speakerphone. So I
said, "My boy Blue."
so I jump all out of the table because everybody's looking at me, and then not knowing what he was going to say next, I just started screaming "Ah!" as I sprinted out of the restaurant.
Sure.
Which drew way more attention than what he said. I went outside. I was like, "You are, man. What's up?" He goes, "Do you want to work for Oliva?" And I'm like, "Yeah. No, that sounds awesome." He goes, "Great. Send me your resume. I don't have time to talk. I'm getting ready to walk into an event." Click. I'm like, okay. I go back. I sit down. I pull up my resume on my phone while I'm sitting at the table. Send him the email. And a week later, I was on a phone interview. A week after that, I was sitting at the Embassy Suites by the airport, meeting with the vice president of the company and the national sales manager, my boss. And about a week or so after that, I got a call with a job offer, and that was April. Made 3 years.
Oliva is such a fantastic brand.
Thank you.
We love Olivas. We obviously do all kinds of cigars, and some of them are so good, right? When you're talking about just the whole lineup and value,
Yeah.
it's so good.
And that's one of those things I've always said, like Oliva Cigars, while we have the Melanio line, which can be a little bit more on the premium price point wise, it's still, oh man, it's almost like you guys are all smoking one. But I mean, like, while it is in the 20 something dollar and depending on where you're at in the country, or
But it's still on the lower side of
it's
the
still on the
premium
lower
price.
side of the premium. Yeah. I like to say it's a premium option for the everyman.
Yeah, good call.
And it's very good.
Yeah, no, and
Very good.
that's one of the things too. Our QC department is second to none. I mean, our quality control department is second to absolutely none. Our rollers are top notch. We treat our tobacco like it's gold because I mean it's our bread and butter. And you have to.
It is absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And it's just one of those things. Like we pride ourselves on not. I would rather sacrifice flavor for construction, and I'm proud to say with our stuff, I don't have to.
yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, that kind of answers part of my question because I wanted to know like what makes Oliva different from other premium cigar companies.
So the easiest way to answer that, we are one of the largest privately owned, vertically integrated cigar companies on the market.
Interesting.
We own everything from the nurseries where we raise the seeds We do our own slurries that gets put into the soil to help them grow better. We own the fields. We do our own fermentation. We have our own aging facilities. We have our own rolling facilities.
Nice.
To the point where we have our own box factory. We make our own box
So you literally quality control from the seed to the finished
all
product.
the way to the finished product, and literally until it goes onto a shipping container, everything is done in house.
Okay.
Everything.
So no machine.
The biggest
Well-
piece of machinery that we use, there's a conveyor belt at the very, very end of the process. And it's because there's this little old lady sitting there with an iron. She wraps the finished box in the cellophane, hits it with the iron to seal the cellophane, and sets it on the conveyor to go down the line to get put in a box. Our biggest piece of equipment that we use a pickup truck to drive from the field to the barn.
So when you said the field, how big are the fields?
So we went up onto the top of this hill that oversees one of our farms, and one of the guys that was leading it, he walks up to me and he goes, "You ever seen The Lion King?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You remember that scene with the big lions talking to little lions?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Everything the light touches?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You can't see our property line," and I'm like,
Damn.
You're gonna ask him if he was gonna pick you up?
"Yeah." I was like, I don't like heights that well. I'd rather you not pick me up. That's one.
That's
Yeah, and we've got some operation. We're a Nicaraguan company. We have our Aliados line that we kind of we it's our attempt of expanding out of that. It's also us paying homage to a gentleman that had a lot to do with the modern cigar culture and industry, and not letting his legacy of his brand die. So we just bought it and kept it going.
That's awesome.
Nice. Awesome.
Who's next?
Now, where would you suggest a beginner cigar smoker start in the Oliva line? Like, is there a beginner level?
So the Connecticut Reserve or the Nub Connecticut would be the two that I normally start people with. The biggest reason for that, so the Nub is going to be a little bit lighter than your Connecticut Reserve. Connecticut Reserve is like a high mild, low medium.
Okay.
Because it is Nicaraguan tobacco on the inside of it, so it's got a little bit more hump than your standard Connecticut. I like to say it tastes like your standard mild cigar, but it smokes like your standard mild cigar, but it tastes a little bit more elevated.
Because I was the baby of the group. So for the first season, a lot of the guys got a kick out of watching me smoke some of the heavier cigars. Because I was just like, I can't. And now we're getting past that point where we've smoked some of the like real mild ones, and I'm like, this has no flavor anymore. But
And that's the thing. I like the fact that the Connecticut, it has a complexity level to it that I can still smoke one of those as a full-bodied smoker. I can still smoke one of those and still enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not just, it doesn't feel like I'm just sucking air through a straw.
that's
Because there, unfortunately,
so many of them now.
yeah, unfortunately, there are some Connecticut's on the market that do give that kind of flavor profile of air.
Yep.
So let me switch gears and go to the higher end side.
Okay.
And a lot of us are smoking the Milano V series. You talked a lot about like the construction, the quality control you have.
Yeah.
Is that what you would say leads to this becoming like a legendary cigar? Or what more with this one specifically is?
So it has to do with the aging process.
Okay.
It has to do with tobacco selection when they're going through and choosing what leaves go in for which ones are wrapper leaves, which ones are binder leaves, which ones are going to be used for filler. And even further than that, which ones are going to be that for which lines. So obviously, creme de la creme of all of those selections end up in the Millennium.
Excellent.
And
like you said, that's all individually done.
I mean, literally, I've got photos I'll show you guys after. There's a room of just tables and people sitting there with bundles of tobacco,
That's amazing.
pulling each leaf out and going, okay, that goes here.
That was going to be my
That
question.
one
There's
goes-
no like chart like they've got in front of them, and they're like,
Nope, they just know.
They just have
No,
been doing
yeah,
it long enough.
amazing.
That
Right.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you, I didn't get to see as much of that when I went down there because most of these guys have never seen a redhead before.
they were like, he's got no soul.
It was really funny because like we were walking through and I'm like, I'm a cigar nerd. I'm soaking everything in, and I'm just like, I'm like a little kid at Disney.
Sure.
I'm looking around, I'm like taking everything in, and I'm like, why is everybody staring at me? And one of my guys just goes, they've never seen an Irish dude. They're like, we've seen him on TV. What's going on?
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. So on the same topic, if this is the premium, what cigar in your lineup would you say gets the least amount of love? Like, which one deserves more love that maybe
The O.
doesn't go out in the market?
That.
I saw you smoking it. I was
So
curious.
here's the thing: the O is a super unique blend from us.
Okay.
So it's a Nicaraguan Habano Puro, and you said you were the cigar baby.
Yes,
You know what the term Puro means.
I do not.
So when you use the word Puro,
All
any of the descriptor words prior to it, it just means that 100% of the tobacco wrapper, binder, filler falls into those categories. So
Okay.
you can have a Habano Puro. It may be multiple regions, multiple countries, but it's all Habano.
Okay.
You can have a Nicaraguan Puro, 100% Nicaraguan.
different tobacco.
It could be different tobaccos
but
across
all
the board. But this is actually, it's 3 growing regions within Nicaragua. But yeah, no, and I mean, it's a medium plus. It's got a great spice profile to it, a lot of oaky tones to it. It's got a nice complexity and goes great with a good whiskey.
I said we should try something different for the podcast. We need to do another lead. We decided to try the O.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, chocolate.
Yep.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yep.
surprised how much you
Just
liked it.
it's not even
And
like it's
Now
not even
there's
like
always a box of those.
no, it's not, and it's not
Fantastic.
even like a normal chocolate either. It's like that
Correct.
like dry cocoa.
It's that cocoa.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the chocolate. It's that
Yeah.
cocoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a deep flavor to it.
It's
sure.
Well, and that's what when I get like, so they send us like our stuff to go around, and they like we go out and try and get people to buy stuff, right?
Sure.
And we got some samples that we give shop owners and stuff like that, and employees and whatever.
Podcast.
And yeah, maybe once or twice. But honestly, whenever the O's get opened up, I immediately grab like 2 or 3 of them and just kind of tuck them aside.
There you go.
I'm like, I'm gonna smoke one.
You heard that, Oliva Factory.
They are very well aware.
Stay there away. I'm sure we've talked about this before, but Oliva brand.
Yeah.
What in the cigar market? Number 1, number 2, in terms of sales dollars. Like, how do you guys rank in the cigar market?
I actually just saw this the other day. There was a big list that came out, and it was like Cuban. It was like Cuban market versus like American market, and this brand versus that brand. And we were in the top. I want to say we were in the top 5.
Nice. Yeah.
So I got 2 more questions for you because I know you got an event going on downstairs here at Godfather's with Marty.
Yeah.
One is, I got to ask. You don't have to answer.
Go for it.
When you're not smoking an Oliva,
Okay.
what are you smoking?
It kind of varies. I mean, I do my obligatory filthy hooligan around St. Patrick's Day. You gotta be festive.
Sure.
Right?
Of course.
I got a lot of friends that work for Drew Estate, kind of dabble around a little bit with their
Okay.
stuff.
Yep.
I mean, I like I said earlier, I'm a cigar nerd. I'm one of those guys that I smoke a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Because of events like tonight, I'm gonna have people come up to the table and go, "Hey, I smoked this thing from this company and I
Yeah.
really like it. What do you have that's
Yeah.
on it?"
Yeah. Well,
So if I don't smoke other brand stuff like in my own time just to see what it's like, I can't answer that question. I can't be effective at my job.
And now it shouldn't be on your own time because it's research.
Hey, you know,
Exactly.
I do a little trading here and there with some people.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm sure you do these a lot. Appreciate you spending some time with us.
Absolutely.
What is, if there is one, what is the one question that nobody asks you that you wish somebody would ask you?
what is your account and routing number so I can send you this $1 million?
We're getting that info from
Where that goes off, we'll get that for you.
I like that. Now, I mean, one of the, I mean, you get all the standard questions of like, what's your favorite cigar?
Yeah.
What's your least favorite cigar is one of the worst questions. I don't ever ask people that.
But one of our big things is, what's your favorite cigar or whatever you like.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
favorite cigar.
Well, yeah,
everybody
Yeah,
knows.
the best cigar
The
is
best
one
cigar
you
in the
like.
world is the best cigar in the world is the one you like because
Exactly.
guess what? His favorite cigar is not going to be my favorite. My favorite's not going to be yours.
We have
It's
learned
gonna
that.
be
Right?
his.
We have learned that.
But there's, I think the one question that I wish more people would dig into would be like actually learning more of the backstory.
Oh,
Because I'll go do like a pairing event at a shop and we'll have whatever whiskey company or a winery or something or brewery or whatever. And we'll even do like a food pairing night. And that's great. And I get to give a little bit of the history of Oliva and I mean, some people don't care. So, I mean, I think that's probably the biggest one is just figuring out the background, where we came from, why we're here, and like that kind of stuff.
I think that's what's helped.
So I'm gonna do
that.
commercial for a second. The backstory of Oliva is great. If you want to know it, you can ask Dwayne, or you can go look up a podcast where we paired Oliva with New Riff Whiskey. We talked a lot about the backstory of Oliva.
So the one
Yeah.
thing good about Sticks and Spirits is we always start with the pairing and we go in the history of the cigar and the history of the bourbon. So whenever we have the Oliva on there, you're going to get that history on our podcast. That's
But honestly, I mean, and with your permission, I gotta give you probably my favorite like fun fact about Oliva.
Do it.
absolutely.
So we've got so the Serie V Figurado, that big Solomon guy. Okay. One of my personal favorite cigars. And I mean, number one, like I said, I'm a big construction guy. Beautifully put together. We have one woman that rolls that cigar. She's been training her sister. I guess like a couple years ago, she went on maternity leave. We went into a 6-month back order. Yeah, that's the rumor I was told with that. But it's one of those things where, and I got to see her roll one when we were down in Nicaragua, and I'm telling you, my favorite thing in the world was like she got done and she was so fast.
Oh, yeah.
And she puts the cigar up there and she looks up at the guy who's like guiding us around and she just smiles and says something to him. We're like, he starts laughing. And we're like, what's so funny? He goes, well, she said she slowed down so you guys could get it all on film. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a skill.
I like that.
That is a skill.
How great is it that one person rolls the entire line? That's amazing.
Oh, that one size,
Yeah.
that's all she does.
And the shape too. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a unique shape, and so you've
Yeah.
got to be able to
That's unreal.
roll that just right. And the wrapper is the first thing you see, it's the first thing you taste,
Yeah.
and so it's key.
And building on like the construction, having the same person do it all the time, the construction then stays very consistent because it's done
Oh,
the
yeah.
same time, same way every single time.
Well, it's something that there is a part of the construction process a lot of people don't see,
Mhm.
especially when you dig into actual rolling stuff. I think most, if not all factories, before the wrapper goes on, they'll take it when it's just the binder and the filler, they'll take it out of the mold, put it into this tube, and it blows air through it to be able to test the resistance to make sure the airflow is correct.
Wow.
That's it. That way you're not.
The good ones do that, like Oliva. Not
Yeah.
everybody.
Not everybody.
Not everybody does, but also that's not necessarily a cheap piece of equipment.
It's not. Yeah.
Right.
You will never
Okay.
go wrong with the Oliva line. It's one of our absolute favorites, and we're not saying it just because Dwayne is here, because we smoke Olivas all the time.
Yeah.
So Dwayne, we really appreciate your time, man. Appreciate it. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So until next time, keep your sticks lit, keep your spirits high. Cheers.
Cheers.